Thank goodness it's Friday. Welcome to DBL. Tori's not here, but don't worry, we got Dr. Kohli. Yes. Okay, so Dr. Kohli, this is something that we've talked about before, and to our viewers, how many of you take a multivitamin? Because there's a new study out that everyone is talking about. It suggests taking a daily multivitamin because it can help boost memory and could even delay cognitive aging by as much as 2 years. So you're going to break this all down for us. Thank you for being here.
You're welcome.
Yes. Not you. He said you're welcome.
She was looking. I thought she was looking at me.
Al has been not quite with us.
Thank you all morning. Thank you.
I'm just going to keep it 100. Keep it 100. Okay, Dr. Kohli, you're going to have to break this down because we are confused.
Yeah.
You have said several times on the show that you are not necessarily a proponent of vitamins or multivitamins, to be exact. You have said some other vitamins. I'm going to let you talk about it because I take 20 to 30 vitamins a day because I'm in the middle of my IVF retrieval. Yeah. And so why am I taking so many vitamins? Is this study correct, and what do you feel about it?
Well, you know, this is the first study that has actually shown potentially a positive impact. And I'm still going to stick by my guns here and stick to the fact that I'm not quite yet ready to say everybody should take a multivitamin. But let's talk about what the study did. It took adults over 60 years old, so older adults, mostly white, so 95 to 98% white, very highly educated adults, so very specific demographic, no other conditions, so no heart disease, no stroke, no cancer. And it gave them multivitamins versus placebo, which is a sugar pill. And then they made them do memory tests and see who did better. So interestingly, both groups actually got better over time, even the placebo sugar test group, sugar pill group, but the ones that took the vitamin got a little bit more better. And they got better in two specific types of memory. One is called episodic memory, which is like remembering certain episodes that happened in your life. And the other is kind of global cognition, so sort of overall functioning. But the amount that they got better, guys, statistically, mathematically, it was significant. But clinically, I don't think it has that much of an impact. And it was only one specific vitamin that they studied, Centrum Silver.
Centrum Silver.
Well, you know, based on what you just said, you're kind of talking about a specific brand. I've got two questions for you. One, should we all be taking a multivitamin? And if so, is there a specific brand that should we be taking?
So, like I said, I'm not quite yet ready to tell everyone to take it because I have a lot of questions from this study. So it's promising, right? It helps us sort of think about more science, but we need additional studies. And the reason is, why was this one positive and not the others before it? So that's my first question. What about different racially diverse groups, people with different socioeconomic backgrounds, people who maybe aren't so educated, don't eat as well? What would happen with them? People who have cancer or heart disease, how would they respond to getting a multivitamin every day? What about different multivitamins that have different fillers, different binders?
Right.
Are there small people in the group that are driving most of the benefits? So let's say you're deficient in some micronutrients. You have a big response, and everybody else has no response at all, but when you put everyone together, it looks like the average response was good. So I still think there are a lot of questions, and at this point, I'm not quite ready to say everyone should take a multivitamin, but I think this opens the door for us to start to talk about things that we can do in our everyday life to ward off conditions like dementia, which every single one of us worry about,
right.
And we think the incidence is going to increase as we age.
I do want to make sure I quoted you correctly in the meeting. You said that if you are deficient in a certain vitamin in your body, you should try and compensate with food first, like change your diet up?
That's exactly right. Food is your best first medicine. Our ancestors didn't have multivitamins with binders and fillers and all those types of things. They had exercise and they had food. So the best things we can do to ward off dementia are eating the right things and making sure that we, get enough sleep and exercise every single day because it improves the blood flow to our brain. And if you're deficient in something else, then you want to try to make up with food. Calcium, for example. We know that if you take calcium pills, we can have what's called heterotopic calcification. The calcium can get stuck in our arteries. On the other hand, if you increase your dietary calcium and just drink more milk or eat more yogurt, it's less likely to do that.
Good to know.
Doctors
Thank
not
you,
deficient
Doctor.
in anything.
Okay.
That's what it said.
All right, we got to talk about this. Heartbreaking, but a lot of hope here. Michael Strahan's 19-year-old daughter, Isabella, recently shared her brain cancer diagnosis. She just shared this milestone on YouTube after she underwent her last radiation treatment. But Dr. Kohli, this is part of a worrying new trend, okay? More young people under the age of 50 are being diagnosed with cancer than ever before. What is happening?
We're not quite sure, and this is really worrying in the medical community as well. And the cancers that we're seeing them have are gastrointestinal cancers, urinary tract cancers, and reproductive cancers. And if you think about what those organs do, especially the GI tract and the urinary tract, they expel toxins. So we think it's excess exposure to environmental toxins.
Wow.
We think what we're eating is changing our gut flora, and that could potentially be contributing to it. And then we might be exposed to carcinogens like marijuana and pollutants and not be getting enough sleep. But this is a really concerning trend in the young people with early onset cancer rising much more than it should.
Yikes. Wow. All
I
right.
know we're wrapping, but I do have a question about the cellular level when we go to break on YouTube.
Okay, so stick to our break, DBL Nation. Go and follow Dr. Kohli on social media at Pyle Kohli MD. Also, be sure to subscribe to her YouTube page. Plus, check out her podcast, Heart of Medicine, wherever you listen to your podcast. Thank you again, Dr. Kohli.
Thanks, Doc.